Hello and welcome back to the Drake and Josh podcast. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Trevor.
And today we watched Eric Punches Drake.
Not a bad episode.
No, I actually liked it more than I thought I was going to. It has a very good rating on IMDb. It has an 8.6 out of 10. Not as good as the previous episode. I think that has like in the 9s. Low 9s, I think. But still very good. I had not remembered much of it going into it. I remembered kind of the premise, obviously it's in the title, but like, I didn't really remember anything else.
I didn't remember a lot of the premise up until there was like a couple of points where I was like, oh, right, that person's that, or whatever. Yeah. Like, because I don't want to, I guess it doesn't really matter if we spoil stuff right now. But like the B plot, there was like a part of that. I was like, I don't really remember this. And then.
Oh, the B plot I did not remember.
See, I remembered when they went, when Josh pulled Mindy aside and was like, talking, and she was trying to obviously tell him something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's like her brother or cousin or some shit.
Yes, that is spoilerino.
I literally said spoiler.
I didn't realize how deep you were going to go into it. But actually, let's catch up the audience on what we've been up to, because we've had 2 Ned pods in a row now on the channel. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus because last time I saw you was New Year's. So we obviously weren't going to record then.
No, and we were at my house and we had other people and it was just...
Yeah, we had camping.
We had a lot of fun in the woods.
We had a great time. We had a bonfire going. We had some dope fireworks that Trevor set off.
Thank you.
Had some champagne, too much alcohol. Played some
I took
beer
a pull of Everclear at one point despite...
You did?
I shouldn't have, but then you guys all said do it, and
felt terrible the next morning.
Yeah, we all felt terrible the next morning.
But it was a great time. I hope you guys had a happy New Year and happy holidays.
Happy 2020, everyone.
Happy 2020.
It's a new decade.
It is a new decade, and it feels pretty much the same, but it feels good.
Yeah, we're ever closer to the inevitable end of the world. So.
The doom of Valyria. But yeah, other than that, I think that on the one of them with Will, we mentioned that my job is closing. So I've been on, I've still been working, but I've been on the job hunt because it's coming up quick.
And my, over the holidays was just insane for me. I was constantly working, which was nice.
Yeah, busy season.
It was busy season for me, so I didn't have really any time to come down and record and stuff, because when I wasn't at work I was sleeping. So
yeah.
But yeah, now we've gotten some time.
And what are you drinking?
Hurricane Party from Big Storm Brewery. It's watermelon, cherry watermelon ale.
Yeah.
And it's very sour and has a lot of head on it.
Well, that was your fault. Trevor poured it wrong.
No, I don't think it was.
Trevor poured it wrong.
I don't think it was my fault.
Beer heads out there.
No, I'm pretty sure I poured it right, because I poured our other beers earlier and they came out perfect.
That's true. Sometimes it is random.
So,
I am drinking a Pilsner from Green Bench Brewery in St. Pete.
Nice.
It's very good. It's got a little bit of a sharpness to it. It's nice, crisp.
I'm gonna try that later. We also have already drank
2. I think. Well, 1.5.
We split that pub beer.
Yeah, it was a British import. The can, actually, the tall boy, had a little kind of like a beer stone in it. It was but it was plastic. It was just like a little aerator, I guess, right? It was to keep it fresh.
It said in the thing on the can that when Abby was reading it that it was for when you pour to simulate some sort of draft thing or something.
Yeah, so like it aerates the beer as it's coming out, I guess.
But
or something like that. But
were we supposed to have it at the mouth of the can?
That I don't know. It said to pour on the package.
I know, but was it supposed to? What should it have been at the opening of the can though?
Oh, I don't know.
Or
I think it was fine. I don't think you could really control that.
I ripped the can open to see what it looked like.
Yeah, and it looked pretty much like a beer stone, honestly.
I mean,
but plastic.
It looked
a little bit shorter.
Honestly, to me, it looked like a fishing bobber.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
A non-colored fishing bobber.
But yeah, we went to Total Wine because we were close to it for one. We were in the same parking lot when we went to
Panera.
Yeah, we went to lunch at Panera. And we wanted to get some more beer. I knew that I already had some left over from New Year's, a good amount, but I was like, I kind of want some new, interesting ones.
Did you have stuff left over from New Year's?
All that stuff's New Year's stuff. and that's in the fridge. The
I
stuff
didn't
that was
even know
before.
you brought stuff back with you.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh my God.
Because at New
I
Year's,
thought I ended up with all of it because I was like, man, I have so
took
much beer at the house. Like, oh my God.
I think you had taken Will's that he brought.
Because he said I was supposed to.
And probably whatever Kirk brought.
I think because both of them were like, hey, these are like host gift type things. And I'm like,
I didn't bring a host gift. I took my shit back.
That's fine.
Well, actually, I did. I brought you a Christmas present.
Yes, the
2 bottles of beer.
The 2 big bottles of beer. That's right.
Yeah, 2 tall bottles of beer. Oh, that I also got a Total Wine.
And they were good.
One was a sour, and one was I believe, a wheat from the Alaskan brewery or Anchorage brewery. Sorry.
Both of them were very good.
I don't know where the sour was from though.
The apricot sour was really nice though.
What brewery was it?
We threw them away.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Dude, it was a night. We
I
just
remember
ended up
I saw
stuff in trash cans, and
they were both seasonal at Total Wine, and I was like, he loves a good sour.
I do.
And the flavors in it sounded good, so I was like, this will hopefully be better than the last tall sour that I got you, because that one tasted like coffee. Do you remember that one? The one that I brought you in Gainesville?
Yeah.
When we went up for Jesse's birthday.
It was good. It was just weird.
It was gross. It tasted like coffee, but it was like a sour coffee. It was not good.
Not the best. We drank it.
We did drink it. We had to. But other than that, I don't think we've been up to much.
No,
that's pretty much been it.
I'm doing a little bit more at work now.
Nice. Oh yeah, you're doing the board op stuff, right?
I'm doing board op stuff. I'm training to do board op stuff at the moment.
Nice.
And then hopefully eventually I'll be able to start doing recording a couple of sample commercials.
Yeah.
With some scripts, and if they like them, they'll put them on the air. I don't get paid anymore for having stuff on the air, but
it is cool.
It would be cool.
It would be very cool.
Put that on a resume. Professional voiceover.
Do you have your resume? I actually want to see it after the podcast. This is unrelated.
Not with me.
Damn it.
But I can send it to you.
But anyway, guys, because that's pretty much all I have to say, unless you have any more catch up to do.
No, I do feel bad that we've had such a gap in the...
Yeah, as always.
But also,
But Ned Pods have been going up in the meantime.
We've been really consistent. I'm excited to be on a Ned Pod.
Yeah, we're going to be recording a Ned
spoiler,
Pod.
I guess. Whoops.
So you guys can look forward to that. Well, this will come out first. Well, it's still a spoiler, but whatever. So anyway, getting into the episode.
Right.
It starts with the classic opening where Drake and Josh are talking to the screen, the meta style.
So I was thinking about this.
Yes?
This opening is good. I do like this opening, but I think in this one, they're purposely making it as weird as possible.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely weird.
Because all the cold openings, I don't remember anyone up to this point where they've been this intentionally weird without acknowledging it. Like, they've had some weird ones, like when Drake's painting the picture of Abraham Lincoln in a bikini.
Oh, yeah.
But that was part of a storyline in the cold open.
They did the one where Megan hacked it and she was in it as well.
Yeah, but those were acknowledged, to a sense. This one was Josh with a shit ton of batteries and one flashlight, where it seemed like he was just constantly putting in
the coffee
batteries.
Table was completely littered
Filled
with
D cells.
Massive fucking D cells.
Was it? Yeah,
I think they're D batteries.
Yeah, D batteries. And
the big ass ones.
Drake is spray painting a couple or one cobs of corn.
I think it was.
Red.
I think he finished one and then went on to the next one.
So he had a couple cobs of corn and he was spray painting them red.
It was actually pink. Colorblind Trevor strikes again. It was like a pinky purple.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was red.
No, but it was weird regardless.
Regardless, he was spray painting cobs of corn, a very vibrant color.
Yeah, it was vibrant.
And no acknowledgement as to what they were doing. The whole opening sequence was about rumors in high school.
Yeah, why would he do that?
Josh getting a rumor started by Drake that we find out about.
It was so the rumor was that Josh eats squirrels.
Yes, which I love that because that just reminds me of Christmas Vacation. You ever seen Christmas Vacation? National Lampoons?
Have seen it. But I was so stoned, I cannot remember what it was. Because, listen, guys, I was in Colorado, legal. And it was the first time I'd ever been to Colorado. And it was Christmas time. It was actually Christmas Eve.
What a good Christmas Eve.
Yeah, well, I thought other people were going to participate because other people got stuff at the dispensary. So I had gotten a lollipop. I ate the whole thing. Didn't realize that I shouldn't have done that.
No.
And I thought I was gonna pass out when it like hit me like a stack of bricks, like. And then as I was walking from the kitchen after I got like a glass of water, it had all gotten to me at the same time, and then I finally was able to make it over to the couch, and I just completely collapsed into it. And that movie was on because it's like one of Ginny's favorite movies.
Okay,
my aunt Ginny in Colorado, and so I don't remember a goddamn thing.
we watch it every year for Christmas time, and
I was so stoned I was scared.
Uncle, there's a whole bit about a squirrel in the movie, and they're like, "Where's Eddie? He usually eats these things." And Eddie's wife goes, "Oh, not anymore. He read an article that they're high in cholesterol."
Damn. You gotta watch your cholesterol. You know?
Do. So
it's a hidden evil.
Squirrels, man. I've never eaten a squirrel.
I haven't either, but I would try one.
I would try a squirrel.
But then the next rumor is that Josh makes underwear with the fur after he eats them. So,
squirrel. How soft can squirrel fur really be? Like if you're gonna
make
underwear out of fur.
Trevor dropped his notes.
I did. If you're gonna make underwear out of fur,
yeah,
pick a softer animal. Rabbits,
mink.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. That's why
really
I brought it
expensive.
up. This is actually why I brought it up, because I don't know if you guys have seen Kylie Jenner with her mink sandals that she got, I think for like Christmas or some shit.
Yeah.
But people were pissed. People were so mad.
She was also tweeting about like
the fires,
animals,
yeah,
she's some other stuff,
and like the fires in Australia and shit like that.
Which, to be fair, I think it's okay to be concerned about the senseless like burning of animals and stuff like that, but still, I mean, that's kind of fucked up that she bought those.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't own any furred clothing.
I do, but I didn't buy it.
And then the last rumor that Drake spreads about Josh is that he has a belly button growing out of his, a toe growing out of his belly button. The other way around.
I was gonna say it's the other way around.
Sorry,
bro, but you got
the way I wrote it down though was belly button toe, so I was reading it the way I wrote it.
That's fair.
He has a toe growing out of his belly button.
Which that one should be a very easy rumor.
Easy to prove it.
Boom. No, look. There's no toe, guys. It's not there. And
you would think.
Just like lift that shirt. Doesn't matter like what your gut looks like. It's better than people thinking of a toe there.
Well,
which also, it's a fucking high school rumor. Who's gonna believe that?
High schoolers, because they're dumb. Sorry if you're a high schooler. I apologize.
But you are dumb, and you'll realize it one day.
And shit gets more fun.
Shit gets way more fun after high school. We had a rumor in high school that there was a girl. Never mind. You know what, Abby?
Yeah, let's hard pass on that.
Leave that. Let's just not.
Let's leave the intro in though. So the next thing that I have written down. Okay, actually, I don't want to read the line yet. Okay, so it cuts to them at school, and Josh just came out of a classroom with Craig and Eric.
Yes.
And they were like, man, that test was so freaking hard.
I didn't even finish it. And Josh was like, me either.
Yeah, which, damn, that's a hard freaking test.
Especially for a nerd like them. Like,
yeah.
All of them are all...
And then Josh sees Mindy at her locker, because I guess her locker's right next to that classroom.
And he's like, hey, let me go ask Mindy how she did. And he's like, yeah, what do you think about that test? She's like, oh, it was so easy, right?
Yeah, he's like, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Drake, or no, what happens after? Oh, the teacher comes up and is like, Mindy, Josh, I just got the new chemistry textbooks in, and they're like, oh man, and then they run
so
away.
So excited and run off, and then we stay on Craig and Eric, surprisingly.
Yeah, and they're like chatting to each other about what they want to do. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're talking about no, because Josh invited Mindy to his movie night.
Yeah,
and because of that, Craig and Eric were talking about what movie they should play. And they were talking about old kung fu movies. Yeah. And what was the name of the movie?
Well, I don't have the name of the movie. I have the name of the movie. I have the name of the
Hidden Dragon or something like that. And Eric is like, Craig is like, oh, do you remember when this happened? And Eric was like...
Yeah, he's like, one does not forget the Wu-Chu fist of silence. And then he whips his fist like upwards and back. Like backwards, like in a I don't know how to describe it. His arm's at a 90-degree angle, and he just whips it upwards.
It's like whenever
if you're gonna punch someone from the back.
Yeah, it's like when the movies when someone comes up right behind the hero and they don't even turn around and they just go boom and just like, wow, that was probably loud, but and like fish just comes up and it's kind of like if you were gonna lift something straight over your head.
I feel like they get it.
Okay, but
right as it happens, Drake is walking up and he gets absolutely knocked the fuck out
cold
by Eric.
My note for that scene is just a big old KO.
Yeah, he wrote it massive. Yeah. He took up like 3 or 4 lines.
Yep, 3. 3 into 4. But yeah.
Yeah, so then the next scene is in back at the house. Josh is having his little get-together party. His movie party.
A lot of people at this movie party.
Yeah, good amount of people. He is doing a projector setup, so.
Yeah, I didn't see the screen, I don't think, ever even once.
They did not show the screen.
Not that I remember.
They only showed the projector, which was a big projector. It wasn't a tiny one.
It was a nice projector. It was an older projector, obviously.
It was one you'd see at a school.
An old school.
One you'd see at a freaking school.
Yeah, you'd see it at a school now, which means it was probably cutting edge back when they had it on the show.
Cutting fucking edge. Yeah, and then you see Walter come down. He looks ridiculous as normal.
He's sneaking.
Yeah, he's sneaking because he knows he's not supposed to be down there because Josh is having his party. But Josh sees him. And he's like, I just want to get juice and what is it?
A macaroon.
A macaroon. Juice and a macaroon.
One macaroon, Walter.
Yeah, he just wants it.
One? Macaroons are tiny.
No mom in this episode.
We don't see her a lot, I feel like. I feel like we see Walter way more often.
We just don't see him. We don't see her. Where's she at?
She's the best part. We don't see her because she's a level-headed, normal human being.
Maybe.
And this show is a bunch of weirdos.
But then I forget what happens, but Walter is talking to Josh about some shit, and then I have the line written down. Have you ever heard the book Embarrassed to Death by M.Y. Dad? He doesn't know what he's saying, but he's saying Embarrassed to Death by my dad.
Yeah. Drake comes in with his black eye.
Yep.
And Walter's like, did you get in a fight?
Craig is there.
I don't think he's arrived yet.
Craig comes.
Craig does come. And Walter's like,
party.
Did you get beat up? And he's like, no, it wasn't. I used to get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
What did they call? Neither of us wrote down what they called him.
No, I did not write that down.
Walter the Doof?
Yes, I think it was that, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they called him that, and then that's when Josh comes in and is like, hey, have you ever heard of the book or whatever? Like,
yeah. Embarrassed to Death by M.Y. Dad.
And then he's like, no, I M.Y. And then Josh just pushes him away.
Kicks him out.
He's like, get the fuck out.
And that's when he answers the door.
Yes, that's when the doorbell rings. And
for Craig.
Craig is there, and he's like, where's Eric? Which I think would have been a good opportunity to go, we're not like always have to be together or something.
But they do.
But they do. That would have been a good opportunity for that, though.
Yeah. So he says that Eric doesn't want to come because he's upset that he
was afraid that Drake would be mad at him.
Yeah. He's like, and Drake's like, I'm not freaking mad, dude. It was an accident.
I don't care.
He's like,
Oh, I shouldn't have done
yeah.
that.
So then, also, Drake answers the door, and it's freaking Mindy because Mindy was invited, but here's the shocker.
They have their little insult battle, like they always do.
She calls him ignoramus,
and he's like, a what?
He doesn't know what it means. So then she actually brings a date to Josh's party.
So we think.
And
she brings a gentleman who has said, sorry, I had to park the car down the street. We don't know it's a date. We know it's a guy.
You're spoiling right now.
I'm not spoiling anything.
It's a date.
She never explicitly says it's a date. She brings a guy.
So then Drake goes over to Josh and is like, Mindy brought a date, dude.
Look.
And he's like, I don't care, man. We're not even dating anymore.
Well, also he like flips the fuck out of that projector.
Yeah, he destroys the projector, and Drake kicks Craig out of the room.
I have to reset the white balance now.
Yeah. And then, so Josh then goes out into the party, and he's like, the movie's about to start. And the guy's like, what does he ask for?
He's like, oh, can I go to the bathroom first? Sit down!
Yeah, he just screams, sit down. Everybody just rushes to their seats.
Everyone's having Crazy Steve flashbacks at that moment.
And then the next scene that I have is that they're back at the school, and Drake is at his locker using mouthwash.
Wow, yeah, okay. I forgot to take notes during all of this.
And he spits his mouthwash into Clayton's water bottle. Clayton has a locker next to Drake, apparently. And this is a running gag throughout the episode that, I thought was...
not great.
It was fine. It was all right. It was kind of funny.
It was not great.
It's actually the profile picture on IMDb.
It is the profile. Yeah, he spits the mouthwash in there, and poor Clayton is just... something's wrong with that kid, and
Clayton's got something going on.
Freaking out over this.
He just keeps going. Yeah. So basically, during that scene, we find out that people think that Eric beat Drake up.
Yes.
When in reality, it was an accident.
Yes.
Because they're calling like Drake names and shit like that. So they think that Drake was making fun of Eric's sister, and in return, Eric punched him.
Yes.
And
then Drake goes, and Craig and Eric start walking through the hallway, and Drake goes over to him and was like, Craig. Or wait, no.
Eric.
It's
in the title, brother.
I'm just as bad as Drake, honestly.
Yeah, you are, actually.
What the hell? Why did you start this rumor? He's like, what? And because he didn't. He's like, I didn't start any rumor about this. Like, yeah. And he was like, well, you better fix it. He's like, okay, I will. And then he's like, all right, cool, good. And then that's it for that scene, basically. I think. Yeah.
Eric says that he's gonna go clear it up and tell people that it didn't actually happen.
That's what didn't I say?
Oh,
that?
Did you say that? Sorry, I was looking at my next note.
Wow, harsh. Just ignoring me.
And then I have the next scene takes place at the premiere.
Yes.
And Josh is at work.
Yeah.
And Crazy Steve's with him.
Mindy's
also there.
Mindy's there with the gentleman.
Her freaking boyfriend, dude.
The gentleman.
Her boyfriend, dude.
The unknown mysterious man.
Yeah.
And Josh is very angrily stacking candy bars.
Yes.
While a classic end of the joke line happened, like the punchline of a joke without any context happens.
Yeah.
With the mysterious man. They're very known for doing that in this show, where they just have like the most ridiculous punchline.
What do you mean, just like cut back to people, and he says like a ridiculous thing, and everybody starts laughing?
Like, wow, that's crazy, but I'm not paying $20 for a meatball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, what the?
It's pretty good though.
Fuck are you talking about? But like, that's very classic for the show, is to have this the end of a joke or the end of a crazy story with no context.
And Crazy Steve comes up to Josh and he's like, I noticed that you're stacking those candy bars kind of angrily.
Oh, really?
And then he like talks about how he's been working on his anger, and then he has a little squeezy thing.
Bit of an anger problem.
Yeah. And Josh is like, oh, really? And then he starts drinking a drink of water, and then he screams, don't drink while I'm talking.
It's good. And then he's like, it's one of those classic old school stress toys.
Yeah.
With the eyes and the ears, the little alien thing pop out every time you squeeze it.
Josh spits his water everywhere.
Classic spit take.
Also, I wrote down that Mindy's new boyfriend's a bitch.
It's kind of a bitch.
This guy seems like he makes shit up and that he's a trash can person. Thoughts?
I'm not gonna.
Also, I feel like he's got kind of a punchable face.
He does have a punchable face. I'm not gonna put it past him to be the kind of guy to just make up.
And his name. My next note is that his name is fucking Chad.
His name is Chad. So Josh eventually, after squeezing on the little thing, does he go over during this episode? During that scene?
Who? Drake?
No, Josh. Does he go over and talk to Mindy?
Yeah, he pulls her away because remember she's like, you know, I don't like being pulled.
Yeah, so he goes over, he's like, Mindy, I need to talk to you. She's like, oh, hey, do you wanna? And just yanks her.
Yeah.
Hard.
And he's like, what do you think you're doing, bringing a new boyfriend around where I'm working into my house?
And she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, she's like,
And he's like, and she's like, are you jealous? And he's like, I'm not jealous. I'm just blah, 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 blah.
He's jealous.
He's very jealous, which I don't blame. I do blame him, actually. That's very childish.
I don't blame him.
I do. I've had plenty of exes.
Thousands.
Not thousands. Not for a long time. I haven't gotten a new ex. But anyway.
Jesus, yikes. All right, so the next scene that I have is they're back at the house, and we see a shot of Josh's dope house of cards.
Yes. Well, no, Drake has a little... No, we have Drake's whole interaction with Eric at the movie theater still.
Oh, what happened? I didn't take any notes almost at all about the A plot line.
Okay, so Eric... Or Josh shows up at the movie theater and is like kind of talking to, or Drake shows up at the movie theater and is talking to Josh a little bit about the whole situation, and then looks over and sees Eric with all these like attractives talking about how he punched Drake. Yeah, and Drake's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Basically, how he had it coming.
Yeah. For making fun of his sister. And it's like, I don't want to do this, but it happens.
They do this like 100 times throughout the episode where Drake keeps coming up to Eric and Eric like tells people to like go away.
You guys go get me and this time he's like, go get us a table, order me a Diet Mountain Fizz.
Yeah, diet. He likes the aspartame in it.
They didn't know back then.
Well,
I'm sure the companies that put it in knew, but and then like Drake is like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, okay, listen, I'm sorry, but I actually did try to stop the rumors. But then that really hot girl asked me out. And like, all of a sudden, I'm popular. Yeah. So, fuck you.
Basically.
And then we go back to the house where Drake and Josh are both quite angry.
Yes.
But we don't see Josh quite yet. We see Megan come into the house and see the house of cards and ask Walter, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, she's like, what's up with the cards?
And Walter's like, oh, Josh was angry, so he built a house of cards to relax himself. And she goes,
as he does.
Again?
So, and it was actually really dope.
It was a nice house of cards.
And she just took one card out.
It was also very fake, if you notice how it
Oh,
fell.
yeah, no, I could tell, yeah.
Because they had to probably do that scene multiple times, so they had to be able to, like, it was probably collapsible.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, pull it back up. Do the scene again, falls back down.
But she destroyed it.
She destroyed it while
and
Josh was
running
upstairs
down with his
camera.
he had his dope digital camera that he wanted to take a picture of.
And Drake came in before Josh comes down.
Yeah.
And it's screaming about how he's so mad about Eric.
Yeah. I mean...
And then Megan... But the thing that gets me is, like, Josh comes down with Megan and Drake in the room. And his tower's collapsed.
Yeah.
And he's like, what happened to my tower? Who broke my tower? And Megan goes, Drake did it.
Yeah, so
and Josh immediately believes her.
Yeah, they start arguing, bickering.
Josh, you should know better at this point to never believe Megan.
I mean, you should, but she
is a liar and an instigator.
Yeah, but they can't think when they're angry.
I guess not. But, so they have their whole little back and forth about like, my life sucks. No, my life sucks. And yeah, so then we move to the next day.
I mean, my next note is not helpful. That's the only thing. My next note says he doesn't give a rat's hat about me. And that's when Drake is talking to Craig at the dumpster.
Okay, so before that, we cut back to the school.
Yeah.
And Eric, again, is talking to some girls about how he punched Drake. And then Drake walks up to Eric and is like, hey, what the fuck still?
Yeah, he's like, what's up, bitch?
I need to talk to you. You need to stop. People are making fun of me. And then some girls walk up, like, and Eric ushers the girls away, like, you guys better go. This might get ugly. Yeah. And they're like, okay, and walk away. And then they have their little conversation. And then two other girls walk up to Eric while Drake is like, some guys make fun of him, calling him Pansy Parker?
I don't think it's that. I think it's
Pixie Parker?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, it was something with two P's.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous fucking thing.
And he's like, is this really what you want me to live with? And then two girls walk up to Eric and go, hey, do you want us to watch us practice gymnastics?
Yeah.
And to which Eric goes, yeah, and tells Drake he can go fuck himself.
I know at one point he says to Drake that I don't want to go back to Planet Nerd.
That
It could have been at any point during the episode, but
remember that. That was the first interaction at the movie theater.
But at the end of the day, his whole reasoning behind it is like, listen, this is my one shot to not be a fucking dickhead
Loser.
Nerd. You know,
And where whenever he talks to a girl, the cops get called.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's excessive.
But yeah, so the next scene is when they're in the dumpster.
Well, they have the blimp first.
Oh right, the blimp shows up.
So Drake, after having this little talk with when the gymnastics girls come, goes to his locker. Everyone clears out of the hallway to go to class, and then a blimp shows up right behind Drake with a note that's like, "If you want to stop Eric, meet me by the dumpster at like midnight."
Something like that. I know the blimp also makes like robot noises, like R2D2 style.
Little like knockoff R2D2 noises.
Yeah, like bleeps and blops.
Yeah.
To be able to get his attention.
Yes.
And the chemistry teacher walks by him and says, "No blimps in the hallway." Just like really nonchalant.
Just doesn't care. He's just
like it's happened before.
Just get rid of it. Come on.
So Drake shows up at this dumpster in an alleyway, and Craig rises from the dumpster.
I see you came.
Yeah, and he has a bag of hot and spicy pork rinds.
Which he offers to Drake, and Drake looks in the dumpster, and then looks at Eric and goes, "Yeah, all right." And
he takes one. He takes the smallest bite on Earth.
Well, because
it's a TV show, that's why.
You've listened to The Office, ladies.
Yeah.
You know, whenever they eat food on the
they have to do it a shitload
on
of
a
times.
show, you have to eat it so many times.
So then he tosses the pork rinds back into the dumpster once Drake takes one. And basically, they set up a deal where Drake is going to sing a song with Craig, because Craig is an aspiring singer.
He likes to sing, but not in front of people.
And then he is going to give basically a secret away to Drake in order to be able to get Drake popular again and Eric back down to earth.
To show everyone that Eric is
that he's a liar.
Is
he's
a liar
dirty rat.
and a pussy.
So he tells him that Eric is a pacifist.
Yes, and he also is helping him because he wants Eric back. Eric has stopped talking to him.
He's his friend.
Yeah, and Eric has stopped talking to him because he's cool and popular.
Which is fucked
now.
up.
It's super fucked up.
But he wants his friend back.
He wants his friend. He was there drying his tears when his iguana got diabetes.
Yeah, actually, I do have that written down. Yeah, Eric's iguana got diabetes. I also have dumpster singing written down.
I have dumpster singing written down as well, but I also have
my next line is for the end.
Okay, so
and then that's my last note.
We cut to the next scene where
the premiere,
where Drake walks up to Eric, and he's with all of these popular people.
Yeah,
talking about something probably to do with
I think he's just talking about beating up Drake again, isn't he?
That's all he seems to ever talk about.
That's all he ever talks about. Every single time they pull up to him, he's like, "Yeah, he just wouldn't stop talking, so I knocked him one."
Yeah,
it's always just same shit. It's like, do you have anything else about your personality?
Nothing. Like literally, you fight.
It's like it's such a weak
personality.
And
you fought a guy who doesn't
The thing is,
fight.
though, you wouldn't hang out with that person.
No, but exaggerated personalities of generic brainless high school kids. No
I
offense.
guess, yeah. No, I mean the people that they have with him, I also wouldn't want to hang out with. They seem like awful people,
terrible humans.
But yeah, so Drake just begins to berate Eric with insults to his sister.
I'm like saying like, "Oh, I shouldn't have called your sister a gorilla back," or
and
your mom told you about.
And he's like, "She's got accelerated follicles."
And then like, and your mom ate dog food. And like, what else is a dog gonna eat?
And he's like, "One time."
That's fucked up. Like the what else is a dog gonna eat?
Yeah, that was really fucked up.
That was good. That was like a solid burn on that one.
But the thing is, though, every time he said one of these things, Eric basically admitted to it being true.
Except the what is the dog gonna eat one.
Yeah, that one was like fucked up.
Yeah,
because the people around him kept also egging him on. He's like,
you gotta fight him now.
Yeah, he's like, you can't let him say that shit. And then they're like, you better watch out, Drake, nerd.
Eric's gonna beat you up.
And
again.
Drake's like, all right, no, let's fight. Here's my good eye.
Just like exposes it. He like pulls his hair out of the way. He's like, let's
pulls
go.
His hair back.
Come on, hit me. And then Eric's like, I'm gonna do it. Here I go. I'm about to do it.
And then
Drake's
he gives in.
Drake's like, are you though?
Yeah.
He's like, no.
He gives in. We know that he's not going to do it, and that Eric is indeed a pacifist who would never hit anybody on purpose.
He then goes, it was an accident. I was trying to show Craig the silent fist and then knocks out the girl standing next to him.
Completely to the floor.
And then everyone's like, you just hit a girl.
Everyone turns on him.
Yeah. Just go.
And then Drake takes the girl that got knocked out. And
two guys start to escort her away. And then he just like goes, "Nyeh," and like touches both of the guys on the chest, like back up. And then just takes the girl and walks away with her.
Yeah. And then so the next scene is back at the house.
So I guess Drake is broken up with his long-term girlfriend at this point. The music store girl.
I think he's back to just being a player.
I feel like that should have been an episode.
It wasn't.
It should have been.
It never is with Drake.
I liked her.
So the next scene is back in the bedroom. Josh is in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mindy shows up.
Sexy.
Scandalous. And she's like, she wants to talk about what's going on, why Josh is so freaking mad at her or whatever.
And Josh is like freaking out on her, like, I can't believe you would do this to me, blah, 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 all this stuff. And she's like, he's not my boyfriend. And he's like, I don't care what you call him.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's my cousin. To which I say, roll Tide.
Also, did we mention before that the cousin had said that he was on Oprah? Did we say that?
Oh, that was when he freaked out.
Yeah. So the guy had been on Oprah because he wrote a novel in 7th grade and she loved it. And he went over to her house and ate tacos.
Yes. As well as something else before that was like,
but that's the important piece.
That is the really important part.
So then they're like, oh, and then they start making out.
Yeah, they're yelling at each other and they're like, no, I'm happy we're broken up. Me too.
They argue, but they're moving closer and closer and closer.
And then
Josh like goes for it.
He goes a weird lean in, kiss, and like, she then pulls into it. So
and it's hot. You can see his hand like almost moving down to her butt, but he's like remembering that he's
on a
TV Y7 show.
And so they pull back and they're like, we're still broken up, right? Oh yeah, totally. And then make out again.
And then that's the end. But then the after credit sequence, which is very good.
Dumpster singing part 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Drake brings his guitar and is singing.
His acoustic.
And it starts, and he's singing with Craig. And then as they're singing,
they're singing like a nice song. It's like beautiful dreamer, and then whatever happens up to me. And then Eric comes and
walks
starts
up
singing too.
And then Drake turns and sees Eric and is just continuing to sing quite well, but like making like the what the fuck is going on facial expression.
I mean, that's the whole time because he's singing with him while he's in a freaking dumpster.
Yeah.
But that is the episode.
It was a solid episode.
Yeah, it was solid. I'll go ahead and rate it first, I think.
Yeah, go for it.
I will give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It was decent.
I was going to go the same, honestly. Yeah, 6.5.
6.5 quallers out of 10. It's been a while since I said quallers.
7.
You're going to go 7?
7 quallers out of 10.
Cool, so it rounds out to about a 6.75 out of 10 quallers.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was good. It was better than I expected, which is nice. Do you have any wrap up? Oh, no, we got to shout people out, actually.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, we don't shout people out on the Ned Pod, so.
Let's see.
Ryan Happy.
What did he even do?
Some hacked. He doesn't have a credit. Don't go onto the IMDb
He's
page.
there. Don't recognize him at all.
And so
I'll do Josh Sussman as Clayton for my first
That's a good shout. Bruce Rand Berman as the producer.
All right.
I think that's my person.
Mike Cassidy, stunt coordinator. Because there was some punches and stuff. So
good stunts.
Good job.
But that's about it. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at @harbor_boys. I've been Jacob.
I've been Trevor.
And go watch some Drake and Josh.